Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the new SBC model Icardi to review. If you guys remember last year, I actually really enjoyed using the flashback version of Icardi's card, because what I did with him was that we had like a flashback Benzema during that time period. So what I did is I used a two-striker lineup where Icardi is the more like target man oriented, lay the ball off to other people, then make those runs type player, while Benzema is the one that has like the crazy attacking AI, right? So with this Icardi card, he could be pretty decent. An out of position left wing change, which to be honest could be helpful for position change, but obviously in game you're probably going to want to use him as a striker as much as possible, right? We're gonna see, right? In game player traits, he has the power header trait and the outside foot shot. So outside foot shot, obviously a huge deal. Now, with the way that the mechanics work in this year's game, we have to check out what type of player he is. Okay, so you can change him to a lengthy player on an architect while working with decent shooting. He's a controlled on a hunter chemistry style. That's an interesting one. I'm not completely against giving him an architect because of the types of runs that he'll make with decent shooting capabilities inside the 18-yard box. However, the card also looks really nice on a hawk chemistry style, right? You give him a physical boost, you give him a pace boost, you give him the shooting boost, he turns into a controlled player, right? But you can utilize the outside foot shot a little bit more because of the shooting boost on the card. Now, knowing the FIFA community, they're probably going to go ahead and give him the architect chemistry style to kind of test him out. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's up with this card. We'll try him out in different ways to see how he kind of fits the team. But as of right now, for the card, we'll try him on the architect because obviously with the whole new gen stuff, right? He's going to have 87 acceleration, 87 sprint speed, which is good for the lengthy because it'll make his runs really nice. Shooting for base card stats is set up in a good area. If you want to choose to give him a finishing boost, that could definitely be a very ideal thing to do as well. Passing on the cards also in a pretty decent area with the 4-star weak foot. 90 composure is a pretty good composure with the dribbling stats that he has on his card. That's also set up really nicely. He's got 97 heading accuracy. See, that's where I think a hawk would be nice as well. But at the same time, an architect does boost his jumping, right? So that's actually pretty nice too, because it also boosts the physicality of the card to a 99 for strength, 72 for aggression. So a couple of variables to work with here and there. So yeah, the card definitely looks interesting. Very curious to see how he's going to play in game. As you guys remember, Icardi does have a unique body type while being 5'11", so a couple of interesting things to take a look at in game with this card. So yeah, let me just go ahead and unlock the SBC and I will show you guys how we line them up in game. Okay, listen guys, we put a team together. It's not the greatest team. Honestly, it's more to test them out in the attacking positions because we obviously don't have the links for this card because he's from the Turkish league. So yeah, do I have Architect in this team? I do not. I have to go give that to him afterwards. Yeah, I might be able to switch some things here and there so that it's like a little bit more manageable, but it's whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, guys. So listen, with Icardi, we're going to be using him. We have to add the 4222 here. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so yeah, we're just setting it up right now. This is a new tactic that I'm going to be doing a review on as well. So I might as well be doing it with this team. We'll do this to 50, 50, and then that's like here. Perfect. Yeah, we'll play him in that left striker. Oh, no, actually, no. No, it has to be right striker. The way that this year's game works, definitely has to be right striker. It's a shame that he's not in PSG anymore. You know, the Argentinian PSG links would have been really sick to work with, especially with the player of the month, Messi, being a thing, right? But yeah, the instructions on him will just be stay central, get him behind, stay forward, and we'll just take it from there. So yeah, we'll see how he plays in game. Hopefully he's decent. Oh my goodness, EA. You guys, this setting things, man. It's gonna drive me crazy. So I've used him like off the ball wise, and I've used him a few times on the ball. I might have to give him a dribbling boost, potentially. that setup to shoot the ball, that took a minute. That took a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Messi. He's got space. Oh, lovely weighted ball. They might be in.
Why did I not sweat that? I'll tell you why. It's because I'm dumb.
Well, that save has kept them in this game. They now need
Oh,
chances of their own.
yeah. You gotta let me decide whether or not the player does a header or a volley. You gotta let me decide, man. You gotta do some sort of command for it. You guys don't know why. If you head the ball, it's manual. If you shoot the ball with your feet, it's assisted. So it's confusing sometimes, you know.
As you can see, the visitors have had much less of the ball, but their counter-attacking has been really good, particularly in the wide.
Oh my goodness, that challenge. He still did the shooting animation. That's why.
A little bit more quality on the ball, particularly in midfield, where they've just started to take control. They'll be fairly happy going at half-time if it stays like this. Icardi.
Sure.
It's a brace on
Sure. I'll take that. Little L1 croqueta.
Renato Sanchez. Icardi. Well, the bar could be the goalkeeper's.
Wasn't a bad angle to actually shoot from. Well, it was a bad angle and he hits it well. That's what I'm trying to say.
Renato Sanchez. Chance to do damage. Messi. Icardi at the ready.
Oh,
Well, the flag has gone up.
I worked the L trigger shot there. He actually did a pretty decent animation.
Bodies forward and the break looks on. Defenders need to cover. And teammates to play it to. Well, full mark.
It was a nice header.
That header.
Really far too.
And a double substitution it's going to be. Keen to take it short here.
But the initial skill move, not the second one though. Mistimed it.
Well, no surprise there. The hosts have enjoyed most of the possession, but without really creating enough chances. They've almost parked. Can they put it away?
Not on target there from the distance.
Now with Ross Barkley. Icardi!
Nice try. I think Icardi is going to be a very similar situation to the Falcao card. With his medium work rates, guys, I'm forcing him to stay central, getting behind, but his playstyle with his medium work rates, it just makes more sense to potentially give him like a finisher to boost the dribbling and the shooting on the card. You'll notice like a run being done more in certain areas of the pitch with someone like Ross Barkley with his high-low. See how Icardi's like the one that kind of comes close to get the ball. Then Ross Barkley is the one that kind of triggers those runs. That's what I liked so much about last year's game when I was using Benzema and Icardi together, right? Oh, he just misses the finesse shot entirely. Yeah, we're not giving you an architect, no chance.
When he made that interception look routine, in truth it wasn't. Well, so close to getting that early goal there, but it was a wonderful save.
Okay, much better on the finisher. Like you can feel the dribbling difference right away. So that's like the first thing you notice when you use the card. Trying to get the outside foot shot there. Renato Sanchez is such a beast. Literally such a beast. The header maybe? Ah, nothing. Okay. Try to do a first time pass there with a through ball. Nothing too crazy. Don't blame him for that too much because passing mechanics work differently this year. Okay. Side-footed strike, but does score the opportunity. Let's go.
Well, a classic example of how to intercept. Fernandez.
Yeah, making him a lengthy is pointless. I'd rather just give him the finisher and then for him to follow the instruction, right? Work with his medium work rates a little bit.
What's he gonna do from this position?
Shield. I tried to go down, I just couldn't do it. Like there, I tried to dribble as well, didn't work out.
Open now. Icardi here in position.
No goal.
And Renato Sanchez with it now. And return to Correa.
Nicely done.
To be difficult to stop him. And he takes it on.
Dang, they really don't react to those shots, eh?
Icardi.
See how it's set up, like, initially for the build-up is to, like, be closer and then push forward? Same thing, right?
On to Messi. Icardi. Oh, surely.
I'll take the chip there. You see how at no point he doesn't really, like, trigger the runs there, right? Like, that's his play style, is to not really... Like, even though I have the instructions on him. That's why I always tell you guys, cards need to have, like, a base mechanic first, then instructions after to kind of play a certain way. That's why it's good to use cards that play a certain way, depending on how your formation and tactics set up, right? Too much power. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Icardi SBC. So, yeah, I know that lengthy is a very overhyped thing. It's kind of like a similar situation to the Falcao card, where I do feel like I personally need to give him a finisher chemistry style to improve his dribbling and shooting as much as possible because of the way that his playstyle works in game, right? So, with this card being medium work rated, right? I have him on stage central, get him behind all this kind of stuff, but his base mechanic is not always to do the runs. It's just it's a very like come close, push forward, or you know, he doesn't, you get into certain positions with his card, he doesn't really make those runs. He still has that same kind of attacking AI from last year. I do feel like this card is a missed opportunity with what they could have done with him, because you know, let's say for instance I can give him a hunter chemistry style, right? Boost the shooting, boost the pace, and he's a lengthy player. Then you're working with something pretty decent. Couldn't care less about the dribbling not being necessarily the best. You would be able to work with that a little bit, right? Even though I'm saying that, I will say that his dribbling still feels very weird in this game, right? Like, I noticed it with the off the ball movement and I noticed it with the on the ball movement, right? So it's one of those SBCs that I'm personally not interested in, even though he's a 34k card. It's one of those types of cards that you get more for sentimental value than for in-game quality, right? Like, you know, with physical type strikers that exist in the game nowadays, you know, an absolute beast of a card like this came out for 18k. One of the best valued SBCs this year. Don't even know where these dislikes came from. That's from people only using full meta rat teams for sure, right? But yeah, with Icardi, like, obviously if you're decent enough at the game, you could definitely make him work, but there's really nothing super special about the card, right? So the content today was, you know, obviously if you want to get like the Super League cards that they released, you would do that. They have a bunch of the inform cards. I need to actually see if I can get that Diogo Dalot card, because if he is available for a red, that is someone that I actually do want to get, right? Is he a player that has different position changes? Let's see. Right back, right wing back. I might be able to work with that, potentially. Yeah, maybe. What about Manafa? What is Manafa's positioning? It would be nice if I can like switch him to like a center back or something, just to have that, you know, just be able to do it. But yeah, it's gonna be tough with Manafa on the team, because obviously with Diogo Dalot, he is a former FC Porto player. He was actually part of our B team before he went to Manchester United. Like we never really played him in the first team, right? So yeah, he came from our luxurious club. What is this guy? Why is he hyped? Is it Architect as well? Oh, he actually looks decent on Architect. Yeah, Guy was gonna be pretty happy about that one. 208k, wow. But yeah, the informs are not like too crazy. What about Ozzy Main? Ozzy Main Marksman? I mean, he looks like he could be okay on a lengthy. People gave him Marksman for sure, right? Yeah. But yeah, with Icardi, guys, not too interesting in my opinion. Not too interesting for what he performs like in game. A huge, massive, gargantuan step down from the flashback card last year. I really enjoy using that flashback card. He was in my team for a couple months actually. Like, you guys saw him in a lot of tactic videos, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.